Friends, so welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a repair. It's a Samsung S21 5G model, and I have a charging port here which I have to replace. The phone doesn't charge. So to do that, I have a head dryer. First we need to heat up the back cover. So just going to do that now. Try and do it uniformly, alright? Try not to put the heat in just one spot. Try to go around and around and make sure all the area is hot, okay? Alright, so you need to heat it for at least 1 to 2 minutes. Try and go uniformly. So take a pry tool. My one is here. So I'm just going to insert it here. And if you have a plastic tool like this, try and lodge it in. Try not to go too deep. I'm going to tell you in a second why. So try and push it out. So it's always good to heat up the adhesive so it loosens it up. So this is the back glass, yeah. Now folks, now try not to go too deep in, because if you go too deep then you can cut this flex. All right, so you need to go slightly in, not too deep, and you go across all the edges here, all the edges. And this is your antenna, the wireless pad, NFC and wireless charging, and you don't want to go too deep where you can cut this and then you have to replace this part, which is not good because you're going to spend more money in it. And try not to go too deep where the camera lens is, because you're going to damage the camera lenses. Okay, now we are just replacing the charging port. To do that, we need to take off the screws, disconnect the battery, take off the SIM tray because the charging port is part of the SIM tray. Take off the loudspeaker and all the screws here first, obviously, and then the flexes. Now just be mindful when you take off the flexes. There are very small connectors and very small capacitors and resistors which you don't want to damage. It's good to use something like this. Even a more flexible one is always good, because this also can damage the components. All right, so let's get started. Let's take off the screws first. So for that you need a Phillips screwdriver. All right, just going to try and zoom in for you guys. There you go. All right, so let's take off the top screws. Now the screw size on the top are all same, so you don't have to worry about them. You can go in any of the holes that you take them from. Now I do have a spudger. Now friends, if you don't have all the tools, always good thing to get a Phillips screwdriver for Samsung, a spudger, then a pry tool. This one also will do. Then I've got a pick tool which helps me to take off the SIM trays and some other bits. I'm going to show you how I use this. Then I've got a hobby blade, quite useful tool as well to have. And then you have the tweezer, which is probably one of the most useful tool in phone repairs. So now that I've taken this one off, I'm going to try and slowly pry this up. Now, when you turn it on, don't pull it off fully, because it's already connected here. So now I'm just going to show you how it is. So just disconnect the battery here and disconnect this flex here. Great. So once you have taken this off, slowly from here pull it, because it's the adhesive which is holding it. So once you take it off, we take off all the screws here. So first thing is disconnecting the battery, which we have done. Okay, now we have to take the bottom screws off. Okay, And once you take them off, you have your tweezer. With the tweezer you can take this remaining screws off from here. Okay, great. So here is your hobby plate. This is where it comes in handy. So you can try and put it over here first and slowly lift it up. There you go. Now we need to take off this charging port. All right, so first thing, we disconnect the flex. So this is your coax flex, all right, coaxial flex. So this is which joins your sub to the main board. It helps with your signal issues with the phone. So that is off, and then you take off this one. Start from here, so please do watch the video properly so you do exactly and exact points where I take off the flex from. So once this is off, inspect it for any damage, then leave it on the side. Now we need to take off this charging port. For that, take off these 3 screws. Okay, we have forgotten something which I will tell you in a bit. So always a good practice to take off the SIM tray first. So just hold it down now at the moment and then pull it out. So this is your SIM tray which comes off. Now to take off the charging port, just hold it and pry it out. Okay, so this is how your charging port will look like. The SIM card slot is here, the microphone is here, charging port is here, and there are very minute transistors, capacitors, resistors, all sorts of ICs, everything in this as well. So this is your phone, your camera is here, your antenna is here, your main board is here, and then your battery, and this is which joins your LCD to your motherboard. Okay, we are not going to take off any from here. So I do have a new charging port which I have received by mail. I'm just going to see how good it is. Okay, so let's inspect it for any other damage. So that's a new one. They told me it's a new charging port. Sorry, a genuine port but taken from another phone. So I'm going to make sure that's the same one. 9019. So model number is here if you want it over here. Okay, so it seems good, legit, and I'm going to take off this tape because it's going to come in my way, and just insert it here. Now you got the 3 screws, you have to put it back. Okay, I'm just going to speed up the process. The 3 screws, they go just where they come from. So friends, I've put all the 3 screws here. Now we have to put the connectors back in. Now when you put the connectors, it's quite easy. There's sub here, there's main here. So sub goes down over here. Make sure you align it before you press it down. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to zoom in and hold it in hand. I normally do the repairs when I keep it on the desk, but for the video purpose I'm trying and holding it in my hand so you get a better angle of what I'm doing. Now for the sub, press it down and then here you press it, and then it's all good. You put on the loudspeaker, so you hold it here, make sure the LCD is connected, and then press it down, and then you put the screws. Same thing here. Before you put this on, do connect the battery, and then I normally press the connector when I align it properly nicely here, and then just give it a press here. There you go. If it is not going in, try not to press too hard. Okay, then you'll have to insert it when this is on the top here, slightly at an angle. Okay, so I'm just going to put all the screws, and then we are done. then we can put the back, slap the back cover on back on top. So this is, guys, how you replace the charging port on the phone, obviously. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and a few more screws and then we are done. So guys, I've put all the screws, everything is in place, and make sure there's no dust on the camera lens. If there is, then just use an air duster, or you can use a hand blower. So I put the new adhesive on the back cover, which is pretty simple. If your new adhesive, I mean, if the old one is pretty good, then you can slap it back on, but always good to change it. So once you're happy, just press it on, and we test it using a charging lead. When it comes with a charging symbol, it's all done and it's all perfect. It's all good to go. There you go, guys. The charging symbol is on, and we're all good to go. Thank you for watching it, and please like and support, comment below if you have watched the video and fixed your phone. All right, thank you for watching, and please do subscribe. Bye bye.